Hey, what's up? This is George Shamon. In this video, I'm gonna go over. It's gonna be a short video because I'm getting ready to start working. I'm working from home today on Friday. I want to welcome you to this live stream. My name is George Shamon. I'm coming to you live from the U.S. state of South Dakota on this Friday morning, December 20th, I think it is. Yeah, 20th. 2024. It's 6:30 a.m. my time, Central Standard Time, the US. So in this video, I'm gonna go over how to learn, as you saw the title, how to learn HTML5, CSS3, the best ways. The best ways. There are so many ways. Let's learn some of those ways. What are they? And I'm gonna give you my favorite way. I found out you, even though you have books, you have the internet, and you can take online courses. All of those are good. You can combine them. But my favorite one is after you learn the basics, the basics of HTML5, CSS3, uh, you buy, you install the Visual Studio Code, which is a code editor on your computer. Obviously, if you're learning how to code, you have to have it on your computer or another code editor. But let's talk about Visual Studio Code. That's my favorite, and uh, Lara web developer and software engineer recommends it. So the best way after you nail down the very basic, you download or you buy a template, a website or a web page template, and you buy the template, you download it. Obviously, you have to upload it to a website, a web server, if you have web hosting. And if you don't have web hosting, it's okay. You can use the live server extension of Visual Studio Code. The live server will show you exactly the code, how it looks like on your local computer without having an internet website, like website on the internet or web hosting. So if you don't want to pay for web hosting, you can do that. You can use. Hey, welcome guys, welcome. Thank you for joining this live stream. We're talking about how to learn HTML5, CSS3. If you have any question about this topic, let me know and submit your question in a box, in a chat box. Thank you. Thanks for joining. I rise. I risey boya. Hey mate, how's it going? I'm doing good. How are you? Mitchell, hello bro. Hi. YM, hey, good morning. Lambry Shelter. Shetler. Hey, sorry guys. Can you please shout me? He turned 45 today. Okay, happy birthday for Louis Marsh. YM, you look like a New Yorker. What? How does a New Yorker look like? Okay, so guys, let me continue with my topic about HTML5, CSS3. So, what you do, the best way to learn it after you nail down the basics, you learn the basics. Uh, you buy a template or you get a free template online and you download it and you have it on you open it with Visual Studio Code, your code editor, or whatever you're using. But I like Visual Studio Code. And once you open it, you install the live server extension on Visual Studio Code, and you open the template. Like when you right click, when you open a page, you right click it and view in live server. You click on the option where it says view in live server, and then you'll have another page open on your computer with the template how it looks like. It's going to be like a website, but the difference is you don't have web hosting. You don't have to buy a web hosting and domain name. You just have it locally on your computer, and then you start editing. Once you start editing and you look at the web page, you can see it changing. If you change the color, you change the text, you can see it change it instantaneously. And make sure you select the auto save in your option, in the Visual Studio Code. So those I'm gonna I have a course or a free video here on YouTube. I'm gonna make a detailed video tutorial about Visual Studio Code, how to use it, because I keep talking about it. I'm sure a lot of people wanna know about it. John Seni, welcome. Can we code ChatGPT using HTML? Please help. Can we code? Uh, can you see my comment? Yes, I see your comment. Yes, John. So I'm not sure what you mean exactly, but by can we code ChatGPT using HTML? Please help. Are you saying you can find code using ChatGPT, because some people using AI and ChatGPT to find codes? That's what you're asking, or you wanna do coding in ChatGPT? I'm not sure. I don't know much about ChatGPT. All what I know, you can find information. You enter like a subject, and it will give you text information. I don't know much about AI and ChatGPT. But even if you use ChatGPT for HTML and CSS, you still have to know the basics. Uh, uh, you cannot use AI and ChatGPT and other software which will give you the result fast if you don't know how to code, or you haven't learned any coding. You have to learn the basics. You have to start with a paper, with a book, with your own computer, with a course online. You start with the basics. Once you understand the basics, then you jump to use Chat GPT and AI. So I hope that helps you. Anybody else have a question about? Yeah, okay, yeah. So start with a code editor. This is the traditional, the normal way, the basic, and everybody starts this way. Use a code editor on your own computer, and get a book, get resources. One of the best resources online, it's w3schools.com. This is one of the best resources. It's got all kinds of codes and languages you want to know, starting with HTML5, CSS3. You can learn those using that. You can use developers.mozilla.org, I think, or .com. That's for developers. But this one is it's got a lot of details. I found it more difficult. The best one is w3schools.com. This is a good resource. And you can get a book if you want and take a course online, $10, $20. You don't have to pay a lot. You pay very small amount, $10, $20. There are a lot of courses online you can take. And then try them on your computer. And my best way, again, like I said before, download, once you start those, the basics, download a template or buy a template and download it on a code editor and use it. This is what I'm doing now. So, bro, I think I know how you. Okay, John Cena. Yeah. Okay, you agree again. Okay, Christopher Robert. Thank you for joining the live stream. How do I code a Hitachi? I'm not sure what you mean by Hitachi. Is it like equipment or software, or what is it? Hitachi is a broad term. Yeah. Can you be more specific? Maybe I can help you. Hitachi, is it the laptop? There's a laptop called Hitachi, right? There's a Windows computer laptop called Hitachi. Myself, I use Linux Ubuntu 22.04 on my. I use the desktop edition on my old laptop, and then I use a server edition. I have a desktop computer. I installed server on it. I'm not using it now, but I have access to a server and a desktop edition of Ubuntu 22.04. This is my favorite Linux. John Cena, I think he's talking about air conditioning. Oh, okay. So, yeah, I don't know. So that's, uh, I think that's what they call embedded systems. Like whenever you have equipment, you want to program it, it's called embedded system. And usually most of those use Linux, Linux operating system, some kind of Linux flavor, those equipment. They're not going to be using Windows or Mac, or because Linux is an open source code and you can modify it. So guns free. Thank you for joining the live stream. Hello, Rust for web server. Okay, I don't know much about Rust, but I hear about it. It's a good language. It's a low level language. It's fast. You can use it for web development, but I'm not sure if it's for the back end or the front end. I've heard of Rust, but I don't know much about. I can read about it at the. Do you use React? No, I don't use React. React is a framework for JavaScript, and I'm starting to learn JavaScript. I'm not good at it, you know. I just feel comfortable with HTML5, CSS3, and I started to learn JavaScript. I know the very basic, but I'm not understanding the whole project and how to make a meaningful project or program, because JavaScript is very difficult. But I want to learn it. You know, I keep trying to learn it. But yeah, React comes after you learn JavaScript and you become good at it, which they call it, I think, vanilla JavaScript, which the JavaScript without any framework or libraries. Once you learn that, you jump to React, you know. So yeah, I hope that helps. So anyone else have a question about learning HTML5, CSS3, and using Visual Studio Code? You know, I've been learning to code a web page for the last couple of years. I'm taking courses still. I'm still learning, you know, I'm still learning JavaScript. Then next step, I want to go into PHP for the back end and maybe a little bit Python. So, you know, coding is not that easy. You know, they tell you you have to learn this and that, but it's not that easy. I find it difficult, but I enjoy it. You know, I'm enjoying making web pages, websites, and editing codes. You know, I'm enjoying that. So yeah, guys, make sure you subscribe to the channel, because I'll be making more videos like these, live and long form videos, and I'll be answering your questions. Whatever I learn, I'll share on my YouTube channel here, and I can answer questions like these. And you know, I'm building my channel. I want to grow it, and I need your help. So make sure you subscribe. If you like this kind of content, the one I'm making now and what you see on my channel, I make video tutorials about software and software as a service, you know, and applications like how to use the dashboard of a web host, how to register domain name. You know, I make those. So, all right. Penguins taste good. Welcome to the chat. Have you ever eaten a goldfish? That's funny. At Chagan Telek Haid Hindi. Welcome. Hindi is bad. I'm not sure what you mean, guys, by Hindi, the language. So, who else? Guys, make sure you subscribe to the channel and make sure you submit a question here so I can answer you on this live stream. We're talking about the best way to learn HTML5, CSS3 to code a web page or to edit a web page and using templates. So make sure you subscribe to the channel and ask me questions. If you have any questions, let me know. Who else? Guys, make sure you submit the questions about this topic, the one I'm talking about. We're not talking about other topics. I'm talking about using Visual Studio Code, how to edit and how to learn HTML5, CSS3. So make sure, you know, you add questions related to that topic, you know. So yeah, anybody else have a questions, comments? Let me know. Do you have a website? Are you interested in making a website? So yeah, if you don't have a question, I don't think want to. If you don't have a question, that's fine. You know, you can watch the stream, the live stream, but make sure you don't add like comments which are not related to the, because I'll have to ban. You know, I ban people immediately if they keep bothering everybody else. You know, and interrupting the live. You know, if you don't have anything better to do, I'm not sure what you're doing. Yeah. So who else? Questions, comments, topics you want me to discuss or talk about. If it's related to my YouTube channel about software as a service, let me know. So, anyone else? Questions, comments? Yeah. So again, making making a website or a web page nowadays, it's not that difficult and complicated. But you can use if you don't want to use coding, you can use a website builder or templates already made. You have a lot of platform that you don't even have to learn any codes. You can use Wix, Weebly, and Shopify and Squarespace. Those are uh, pre-made website builders and templates that you don't have to use coding. But if you know coding, you can add coding to it. So yeah, yeah. Who else? Anybody else have a question about making using HTML5, CSS3, and how to learn them and how to get started? Yeah, or if you have any questions about a code editor. Rafa, welcome to the live stream. I'm not sure what you mean by your statement. I'm not sure what language. I don't speak this language. Can you translate it to English or Arabic or whatever? I only speak English and Arabic, so let me know if you have any. Maybe I can translate it here. Let me see. Yeah, no, there is no way to translate it. So, yeah, I don't know how to translate it. Yeah. Yeah, yeah. Type in English, write in English. If you don't know any English, I'm not sure. I mean, you can what do you call it? You can translate it or something in Google and type it here. So anybody else have a question about learning HTML5, CSS3? Let me know so I can help you. Also, we can talk about Visual Studio Code. It's a very important skill to learn if you want to get into web development or software engineering. You can edit codes. You can use so many languages, programming languages and coding languages when it comes to Visual Studio Code. So, yeah. Anyone else? Questions, comments, topics you want me to discuss? Let me know. Yeah. Anyone else? If you have a website, let me know. You want me to look at it, or if you want to redesign your website. Anybody else? Questions, comments, topics you want me to discuss? So yeah, let me know what you're interested in. So yeah. Anyone else have a question or a comment about topics related to code editing, like using Visual Studio Code to make HTML5, CSS3 codes? Let me know if you're interested in that, in learning. Yeah, I wanna make a tutorial this weekend maybe, or tonight or something. Let me know what you're interested in. What topics you want me to cover? Do you want me to cover how to use the code editor like Visual Studio Code? Let me know in a comment box if you're interested. What are you interested to learn about when it comes to software and software as a service? So anybody else have a question or comments or topics you want me to talk about, or you have a question about making your website, or what's the easiest way to learn HTML5, CSS3? Uh, HTML5 and CSS3 are the building blocks of a web page and a website. Every website have the front end, have HTML5, CSS3, and then you have JavaScript and other uh, codes, but these are the main, the fundamentals. HTML5, CSS3. This is how you start learning how to code. If you want to start coding a web page, I'm not talking about programming like game programming and other programming languages. I'm talking about coding like HTML5, CSS3, how to make a web page, and how to edit the code. You don't even have to start from scratch. You can start with a template, like I said before. You can buy a template or a free one, and you can do editing to it. This is what I do. Let me show you my website. Let me show you my website. If you go to my website here, uh, George KC, George, I want to show you here how it looks like the templates, and that it's easy to make a website using a template. It's not that difficult. Let me show you. So, yeah. So this is my website. I'll show you that in a minute. I'll flip the screen. I'll flip the screen 1 second. But hang on 1 second. Okay, let me see. So yeah, I'll show you how Visual Studio looks like on my screen here. And first, it's good to have your computer connected to two screens like this here, one screen here, and one here. Because having two screens. Let me show you. Let's flip the screen here. So yeah, can you see it? This is one screen here. This is the other screen. So it's good to have two screens. Uh, So let's just see here. Yeah, I want to show you my website that I used a template. Oh, thank you for subscribing, XRC758081. Yeah, see the yeah. So let me see. Uh, okay. So if you go here, let's see, George. Yeah, I should type it. I think in a chat box. Let me show you that. Let me type it in a chat box. This is George KC Web Services. I just want to show you how a template looks like. So this way, check out check out my website here. It's made using a template, using a template. Okay, so uh, I added the in a chat box here. So if you click on this one, on this link, it will take you to my website. I'm still editing the website. It's not done yet. So this is a template. I got it from Template Monster. It's called the Bold. They call it Bold. It's only $11, but this is how cheap it is if you learn how to use HTML, CSS, and edit templates. It's very cheap. It's not that difficult to make your own website or make somebody else a website. So just remove this. Yeah. So yeah, make sure you click on it to see how it looks like. And the way you do it is easy. I just bought a template, and then I start editing it. And how you edit the templates, you have to use a code editor like Visual Studio Code. Okay, Visual Studio Code. Uh, let me see. Yeah, Let me see. Yeah, so let me show you Visual Studio Code. It's right here. This is Visual Studio Code, and this is what I use for code editing. To code. So if you see here, visuals, this is for free. It's a free software that you can use. And what happened once you download the template, there are different files. Different files. You open the templates, and with this code editor, Visual Studio Code, like I said, and then you right click. You have to have live server installed. You right click this. Let's say the index.html is always the home page, the main page of the website. So you click on this, and if you see, it says open with live server. That's the extension used. And if you click on this one, you click on open live server, it's gonna open a page here. And this is how the website will look like. This is how the template looks like. And you download this one. All what you have to do is edit the text. Like this one is the logo. You have to change it, and you edit the text here. You edit the background image, and those text you have to edit. You have to add the pictures here. This is a template. Basically, it gives you a framework, or a platform or structure to start making your website. You don't even have to build it from scratch, because building it from scratch is very difficult. So, but this is where Visual Studio Code and code editing comes into play. You just open the code and you start editing, make some whatever you want to change, you make edit, but it's not that difficult. So yeah. If you have any questions, let me know, guys. If you have any questions about coding, editing a code, or making a simple web page or a website like this one, let me know, because it's not that difficult. You can make it even if you don't know much programming or web coding or website coding, or coding language. You can make a simple one. So, yeah, if you have any questions, let me know. I can answer you right now while I'm logged in on this computer. So, yeah. Anybody else? Anybody have a question? Yeah, submit your comments. If you have any questions or comments, I make those live videos often now. Every week I make maybe 2 live videos like this one, besides the long form or the shorts. But I'm enjoying those live presentations because they're easy. I don't have to edit anything. I'm not good when it comes to video editing. I'm learning it. I know the basic, how to cut a clip, how to trim it, but I don't know much about uh, video editing. I have to learn that. But I make those often to help you and to help myself. I want to grow my channel. I need you guys to subscribe so I can grow my channel. And in return, I will help you. You get some benefits out of this by me being on this live stream, answering your question right away. You don't have to wait. You don't have to submit email. You don't have to look for the information on the internet and take forever. I can cover the basics that I know, the skills, and I will help you right away here. I answer you. So let me know if you have any question. We're talking about learning HTML5, CSS3, and how to use Visual Studio Code for code editing. If you have any questions, and it's a free Visual Studio Code is for free. You can use it on Windows, on Mac, and Linux computers. So yeah, if you have any questions, let me know. So yeah, so this is how it looks like, and make sure uh, make sure you check my what is it? If I can find the let me see. Check out where I have courses here. Uh, pay, yeah, yeah, I host my course PC web services.com. And go to this website. This is my where I host my courses and the product. If you're interested to see what I have, check out shop here for online courses and digital products. Products. So I have this link here. If I can spell products. Okay, so check out this website, shop here for online courses. If you're interested in online courses, this is where I host them. Check it out to see what I have. I have now Linux commands for beginners. It's a course you can buy, online course. It's very cheap now. It's only $49. You can, you can check out the description page. Just go here. Let me show you. Yeah, you go to this page, you click on the link, it's gonna take you to this page, and you can see this. You click on this one. This is Linux commands for beginners. I'm in a process of making one for HTML, CSS3 using Visual Studio Code. I think that's what I want to do, using Visual Studio Code, because people want to learn how to code and they're not sure how to use the tools. So yeah, make sure you subscribe to that channel if you're interested in this kind of topics. Oh, I don't know. I have to flip gotta flip the screen here. Yeah, yeah. Okay. So if you're interested in these topics, make sure you subscribe to the channels because I'll be making more videos like these. Live videos, so you can ask me questions about coding using templates, using Visual Studio Code for code editing. So let me know if you're interested in learning that. So yeah, who else here? Guys, say drop a note in a comment, say hi, and let me know if you're interested in this kind of topics, and if you have any questions, so I can help you right now on this live stream. Again, my name is George Shamoun. I'm coming to you live from the US state of South Dakota. And on this channel, I make video tutorials about software and software as a service. I use myself and share my knowledge here. So, so check out my channel to see what I cover, what tutorials, what topics, and let me know if you're interested in those topics so I can make more videos. Uh, make more online product courses, or I can help you here for free. I can answer you right away if you have any question now. So let me know. Yeah. Anyone else have a question about what we're talking about making a web page, coding using other software? Let me know if you're interested in those topics. So on this channel, I talk about making a website, making a web page, and using the resources and the tools to make those. Like I talk about web hosting, using the control panel, using Visual Studio Code to edit codes, how to set up a website on the internet using web hosting like Hostinger. This is what I'm using now, and I'm not affiliated with them yet, but I have to explain, I have to mention that I use them, and I recommend them, even though there are other web hosting companies. You can use independent hosting, and you can use if you don't want to use an independent hosting, you can use Squarespace, Weebly, Wix, Shopify. Those are platforms that you can have pre-made templates, and you can they're like content management systems. You don't even have to know how to code. You can just uh, you know, figure out how to build a website using their templates, using their pre-made templates. This is an easy way of making a website. So also on this channel, I talk uh, about Linux commands. If you're interested in learning Linux is a good skill to have. Linux commands, is very uh, I run Linux at home, Linux Ubuntu and Linux Server Edition and the desktop edition, and it's for free. It's got a lot of tools. I used to run Windows at home, but they always need upgrade, and things don't work out, so I removed it for now. But nothing replaces anything. You can still use Windows, Mac, or Linux, but my favorite at home is the Linux. So and yeah, I like you to use the command line because Linux has a lot of tools for web developers, for software engineers, for network programming. You can use the command lines. There's a lot of tools. So yeah, let me know if you have any questions while I set up my equipment here. I'm working from home today on Friday, so I have to set up the equipment to. I have to remove my own desktop, set up the work laptop, and connect it to the monitors. So let me know if you have any questions while I do this setup here. So yeah, thank you guys. Thank you for joining this live stream on this Friday, December the 20th. Again, my name is Josh Shamoun, and my channel is named Web Page Coder. I changed it so many times. I think I'm gonna keep it Web Page Coder because I'm learning how to use codes. Starting with the HTML5, CSS3. So let me know if you have any question. Don't be afraid. No question is simple. Every question is important. Whatever you want to learn about making a web page or a website. So yeah, let me know. So yeah, if you're on this live stream, I want to thank you so much for joining. If Let me know what topics you want me to cover related to the topics on my channel, like web page coding, Visual Studio Code, web hosting. Let me know what you're interested in. So yeah, anyone else have a question about the topics we're covering? So anyone else? Yeah, guys, make sure you say hi in a chat box. This way I know you can hear me. I can't even know if you're able to hear me, because I don't know if the audio is good. You can hear me, you don't hear me, because I want to make sure we're able to communicate. And this is not, it doesn't have to be a one-way conversation. You can talk, you can submit the questions, you can ask questions, about the topics we're covering. We're talking about making a website using codes, I'm removing my monitor. I'll be back in 1 second. So, يا عذرا يا رب يا رب. So yeah, Anyone else have a question or yeah, you can ask me question while I'm setting up this the equipment. So let me know what kind of question you may have about coding. Let me know. Yeah, do you have any question? Guys, make sure you submit a comment in a chat box so I know you can hear me. Can you hear me well? Or do you have any problem, making making out the sentence and what I'm saying? Make sure you let me know what you're interested in to learn, what topics you want me to cover. And yeah, you can submit a comment and I can see it. So this one here. Any questions? Any topics you want me to discuss? Let me know if you're interested in. Anyone else? Let's see. Anybody else have any questions or comments? This one here. All right. So let's see this one here. Anyone else? Questions, comments? Let me know. Anybody else? Questions? So yeah. All right. So the setup is not complete yet, but anyone else have a question? Yeah, make sure. Yeah, I'm hanging out in case somebody appears on a live stream. In case somebody popped in and have a question, I can answer them now. So see. Yeah, this as we were talking about, we talked about uh, how to learn HTML5, CSS3. If you're interested in learning those, let me know. And I talked about code editor like Visual Studio Code. This is what you want to use. Yeah. Anybody have a question or hey, what's up? Welcome to the live stream. You have any question about coding? Hey, Ali Gamers, welcome. Thank you for joining. Welcome, Ali Gamers. How are you doing? Anybody have a question about coding using Visual Studio Code? It's a code editor. You can use it to edit templates, website templates. You can, anyone else? I can answer questions now. Can you guys hear me? Can everybody hear me? I have 3 people now, but yeah, so yeah, again, I'm talking about the best way to learn HTML5 CSS3 for web page coding is to download a template and use a code editor to make changes to the template. So if somebody have a question, let me know so I can try my best to answer you before I start working in half an hour. So yeah, who else here? Yeah, again, we're talking about the best way to learn HTML5 CSS3. Is it free? Yes. Yes, the visual Ali Gamers, that's a good question. Yes, Visual Studio Code is for free, and you can use it whether you have a computer running Windows or Mac computer or Linux. I run Linux, so it's for free. Yes, you can download Visual Studio Code. It's a Microsoft software, but it works on different kind of computers, and you can use it to learn different coding languages. I use it for HTML5, CSS3, but you can use it to learn Python, JavaScript, and other programming languages. So this is a very good. It's a code editor. So to learn programming languages, you need a code editor to make the codes, or edit the codes that you have. So yes, yeah, that's a good question. Yeah. Anybody else have a question? Yeah. So who else? Guys, make sure you subscribe to the channel. I'm trying to grow my channel, and I want to help you in return. I'll make more videos like these, more live streams, and I can answer questions related to topics that I cover on my channel here. And you can, if you look at my channel and the videos, you can tell what I cover. I cover coding web pages, HTML5, CSS3, using Visual Studio Code to do that, and making websites using website builders. You don't even have to use coding languages. You know, you can use a website builder. It's a drag and drop. And I talk about using web hosting, control panel or H panel, because you have to learn the back end of a web host to set up a website. But in the beginning, you can start working on your computer, because having Visual Studio Code and using the live extension, it will show you on your screen at your local computer how the website will look like, how the code will look like, without even having a website on the internet, you know. So, and I can give you, I dropped in a chat box a link about my website, so you can tell how a template looks like. You can buy a templates, ready-made templates, and you can edit it. You know, this is what I'm doing now. I haven't finished yet editing my website, but that's how you can do it. You know. So, anybody else have a question about making how to learn HTML5, CSS3? Yeah, welcome everyone to this live stream. My name is George Shamoun. I'm coming to you live from the U.S. state of South Dakota on this Friday morning, December the 20th, 2024. And on this channel, I cover different topics related to software and software as a service and online applications. And I have a lot of topics I cover on my website. You can check my YouTube channel to see what topics I cover. And you can ask me questions here, and I can answer you live. And on this presentation now, we're talking about how to learn HTML5, CSS3. These are the building blocks of a web page, the coding language, you know. And you need a code editor to use those to create HTML5, CSS3 templates or codes, or to edit an existing template. You can buy an already made template and you can edit it, you know. So you don't even have to code from scratch. You don't even have to start from scratch. But it's good to learn the basics so you know uh, how to use them. You know how to use a template. You might want to change the picture, the text, the images. You know, you can do it yourself. You can hire somebody, but you save a lot of money if you learn how to do it yourself. So yeah. Anyone else? I still have about the 10 to 15 minutes. So let me know if you have any question before I wrap up the video, because I'm working from home today on Friday and I will start in half an hour. So I'll give you 10 more minutes for questions or topics you want to cover, or, you know, so I'll be hanging out for a few minutes here. So, Yeah. So again, you can see the topics we're talking about learning how to use HTML5, CSS3 for to set up a web page or a website. You know, it's an important skills to know. So yeah, let me know if you have any questions. And guys, make sure you drop a comment in a chat box so I know you can hear me and you're able to understand the messaging. You know, because I don't know if you can. Yeah, people are tuning in and out, but I can help you if you have any questions. So who else? All right, so guess no more questions coming in. I'll hang out for a few more minutes, maybe 5 to 7 minutes, in case somebody have a question. Guys, if you have any questions, submit it in a comment before I wrap up the video. I still have a few minutes only. If you have any question, you need my help, drop it in the chat box. Yeah, making a website nowadays is not that difficult. So anyone else have a question or yeah, I think should be making a course about Visual Studio Code. So because you can use it for different kind of languages. You can use it for Python. You can use it for JavaScript. You can use it for PHP. So knowledge seeker, thank you for joining the live stream. Sir Sirwa. Yeah, do you have any question, knowledge seeker? Let me know if you have any question about learning HTML5, CSS3, and using Visual Studio Code for code editing. You know, submit your question if you have it. I can answer you on this live stream now. And if you like these kind of topics, make sure you subscribe to the channel because I want to grow it and I want to help you. Knowledge seeker, sir, what do you think about PHP in 2025? Okay, I don't know how to use PHP. I never learned it. I will in the future after I learn JavaScript. but I can talk about PHP. Over 35% of the web is built with the websites are built with content management systems like WordPress and Joomla and what else? Drupal. Those are built with the back end is PHP, you know. So PHP is great. It will never go away. It's not dying. So I recommend it, you know. And I want to learn it after JavaScript. After I learn JavaScript, I know the basics of Java, but I want to make some programs, basic coding. But PHP is excellent. It's a great. It's used, it's fast, it's not going anywhere, you know. So yeah, yep. But you have to learn before. I don't know if you know HTML, CSS3, and some JavaScript. You have to learn those because those are the basic and the fundamental building blocks of a web page and the website, the front end. You know, HTML5, CSS3, and JavaScript, and the back end is for PHP. So you learn those first, then PHP. You know, and if you learn JavaScript, you can use Node.js for the back end, but it doesn't mean you shouldn't learn PHP. PHP is great and excellent, you know. Yeah, I will learn it at one point. Once I learn JavaScript, at least the basics of JavaScript, I'm gonna be so. Yeah, that's a good question. Anybody else have a question? Anybody else? Anyone else have any questions or comments or? Yeah. So. Yeah. Anyone else have a question about learning how to code HTML, CSS3, and using Visual Studio Code for code editing? Yeah, let me know if I can help you on this live stream. And if you like this kind of content, make sure you subscribe to the channel if you're interested in this on those topics about software and software as a service. And let me know if you have any questions, you know. So anyone else? Questions, comments? Oh, okay. Okay. Knowledge seeker question: how long it would take to learn HTML and CSS both? Yeah, you have to learn both. They come together. It shouldn't take you long. You know, I've taken courses online, and you know, you learn the basics of HTML, CSS, and then I am new to web development. Okay, that's fine. Uh, you take a course online. There are a lot of courses and lot of free resources. But I found out taking a course online is much better because you'll follow step by step, and you'll create a meaningful project like a web page or a simple website. This is how you learn, you know. But if you want to learn it for free, you can learn it for free. There are a lot of resources online. One of the best resources is w3schools.com or .org, I think. W3 schools. Look it up, and they have everything there. But taking a course, it's much better than looking in searching YouTube and other resources, because you follow it step by step. To It's more meaningful, and it's more systemized, and you can create a project like a web page. This is how you learn. But don't try to remember, because you cannot forget the code later on. Just learn where to find it, how to use it, and do that project. A simple project. It doesn't have to be complicated. I took online courses, and one of the courses, they had a project uh, to create a page. It looks like Facebook clone. It was difficult, very difficult, but I learned a lot. But I don't recommend doing difficult projects. Do the simple ones, and this is how you learn. It's not that difficult, but make sure you download a code editor to your computer. A code editor. This is how you edit a web page or create coding. So my favorite one is Visual Studio Code. So make sure, first step, download Visual Studio Code and learn it. And I'm gonna make a video about Visual Studio Code, because a lot of people are interested in learning how to code, and you have to start with a code editor. That's the tools or the software to use to create code or edit codes that somebody, you got from somebody else. Yeah. Anybody else have a question or comments? Or I hope I answered your question, knowledge seeker. Yeah, that's fine. If you're new, that's okay. You can learn, and you evolve with time. You don't stay new, but you cannot learn everything, because you forget stuff, you learn stuff. And but the basics of web development is HTML5, CSS3. You have to learn those, and then jump to JavaScript, the basic of JavaScript, until you make a meaningful simple project. And then the back end, maybe you can use Node.js or PHP, Python. It depends what you want to do, other language. So this is how you start. Let me know if you're interested to learn about a code editor like Visual Studio Code, so I can make more tutorials about it in the future. Let me know. I'm not sure if you want to learn about that. Anyone else? Any questions or comments or about code editor or using HTML5, CSS3, or to learn them, how to learn them. So let me know. Yeah, I'll hang out five more minutes, because I set up my work. I work from home on Friday, and I set up the computers here and everything. So I'm gonna start soon. But I'll hang out for 5 minutes if somebody have a question. So let me know before I wrap up the video, and make sure you subscribe to the channel if you're interested in learning about those topics. I can share my knowledge here and what I'm learning, and I know the basics, so I can teach you the basics if somebody is starting new. But if somebody is advanced when it comes to coding and web development and programming, you already know the stuff. I'm not going to be able to teach you. But if somebody is new, I can help. And make sure you check out my website for to have an idea about website coding. And uh, so knowledge seeker, where are you from, sir? I am coming to you live from the US state of South Dakota. I live in the US, but I am originally from Lebanon. I speak Arabic. I am from the Middle East. So I don't know where you guys are tuning in from. Are you in the United States or you're overseas? I'm not sure. It's hard to tell, because some people tell you, some people don't like to say where they're tuning in from. But yeah, I'm coming to you live from the U.S. state of South Dakota. It's in the Midwest of the U.S. If you're familiar with the area. So anybody else? Who else? Questions, comments? Yeah, who else? Questions. Knowledge seeker. Arabic. Love that. It's my religious language, the Holy Quran. Okay, sure. Yeah, I respect that. Oh, you're from Pakistan. Okay, welcome. Thank you for joining from Pakistan. Yes, yeah. So I guess you're close to Iran and Russia, and yeah, I have to look at the map. But thank you, welcome, and thanks for joining, and thank you for your question. And knowledge seeker, make sure you subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed yet. If you're interested in this kind of topics and about coding, learning how to code, and using software and software as a service, make sure you subscribe to the channel. So this way you don't miss any future updates. Anyone else? Questions, comments?